Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about Marvel Dice Throne Deadpool. Now, this is designed by Gavin Brown, Nat Chatelier, Mandy Tremblay, and is published by The Up and Roxy. Whew! Said it. Did it. Done.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
You know who else is proud of you? Deadpool. Right. Deadpool is proud of you. 2 thumbs up.
I don't know if I want that praise.
All right, so if you are familiar with Dice Throne, you know that there is just all kinds of characters that you can throw in together and battle each other out. The X-Men just came out, and we have a previous video about talking about all of the X-Men and what our thoughts were as the X-Men system as a whole. Deadpool is kind of a standalone character that you can add into and face off against the X-Men or team up with if you want to.
Yeah.
Because that's how Deadpool does it.
Yeah, but we do want to let you know that you want to make sure to subscribe. You want to see all of our videos as they come out because guess what? We will be ranking all of those. We're going to take Deadpool, we're going to take the X-Men, and we're going to let you know who our favorites were to play with. So you definitely want to subscribe so you can see that ranking list when it comes out.
All right, so this standalone one, this is a deluxe box. This is a little bit kicked up a notch from the normal characters, and I'm going to kind of explain all that. If you are unfamiliar with how Dice Throne works, we do, like I mentioned, have a previous video about the Dice Throne, X-Men, Marvel. There's so many words to say, and I explain a little bit of how that game works. I'm not going to do that here because this is just more or less a standalone expansion, just a single character.
Yeah. And
I'll explain what comes in the box and how this character works and what our thoughts are on that character. All right, so first of all, Dice Throne, you are rolling dice, you are drawing cards, and you are using them to take out your opponent's health. Deadpool has, as you know, if you're familiar with Deadpool, his very own, very silly take on everything. He's breaking the fourth wall constantly. There's flavor text everywhere you look, and it's all very funny, very silly. But it's also a strong character also in terms of both in the comic books and in Dice Throne. So what do you get in this box? First of all, you get your normal deck of cards, you have your normal dice. But you also get sleeves for the cards. So his deck is kind of set aside, sleeved, ready to go, and that's really important. He has some other cards. He's kind of doing a rock, paper, scissors situation. He has all his cardboard tokens. All the characters have these cardboard tokens. He has those, but also has a kind of a ramped up acrylic version of all those tokens as well. So that way you can use the cardboard if you want to, but also you can use the nice, good stuff. You also have this curmudgeon coin, which is hilarious. I think Bethany's going to talk about that a little bit later on. But you get a cardboard and a metal version of that as well, which you might not always want to show off. And again, she'll explain that. Then you have all your normal things. You have your dials that have your health and your combat points. And you have your board explaining all the different attacks that you can do, as well as all of your abilities. All of them have a kind of a standee that you use when you're using the co-op adventure mode. Instead, he has a painted 3D miniature that looks fantastic, and as well, this is a mythic character, so you're also going to have a foil mythic card that you can use in that adventure as well. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But yeah, basically all the things, and you have this really nice boxes that you have that has it's all self-contained, so you can take that just out that insert and use Deadpool on the go.
Yes, so the coin. When I play games, regardless of what the game is, I like to just play the game. The tongue-in-cheek stuff is really, it's funny, but it's just not how I play as a gamer. And Deadpool, which is not a surprise at all. I'm not, shocked by this, but sometimes to play certain things, Deadpool wants you to, say stuff,
You have to say onomatopoeias,
yes,
or you have to shout out taco truck or whatever it is.
Exactly.
You have to say
you
stuff.
have to say something.
Taco Tuesday.
However, the designers thought of gamers like me. They thought of me by putting this, what they call the chromogen coin, in the game. So all you do is you take this coin and you place it on the chromogen side to say, I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'm just going to play the game and not say any of the weird stuff, but I'm still going to do the weird stuff without having to say the weird stuff. And they're like, that's fine. I just put the curmudgeon coin so everybody knows that you're a curmudgeon. And I'm like, fine. Thank you. I'm done. Check mark. Curmudgeon.
I think that's hilarious because I'm like, I'll say this stuff. I don't want anyone to think that I'm not fun.
Yeah.
So I'll say the weird stuff.
I was like, not fun right here.
I liked the rock, paper, scissors mechanism in this game. There's a lot of interactions that were involved playing rock paper scissors with your opponents, but he also has this kind of secret card, which is the finger guns. And every once in a while, if you ever lose rock paper scissors, you can just use your finger guns and you win anyways. You can flip that card over, and there's ways to kind of reflip it back so you can use it again later possibly. But I like that that's just this really thematic touch, and it's kind of this extra little mini game within the game that you can play and probably just win because you're Deadpool.
Yeah.
Is very silly and very fun, but also kind of works within the balance of the game also, ironically.
Yeah, I mean, this expansion was still fun, and it still played really well with all the other ones too. It wasn't like he was overpowered or anything like that, and he still played very well with all the other games. Honestly, if you like this system and you like Deadpool, it's kind of like, obviously, still worked great, even with the coin, where I don't have to interact and I can just play the game. It worked so well.
This is a complexity of 3 on the scale of 1 to 6, so it's going to be pretty approachable. You don't need to be thinking way far ahead in order to pull off these turns. It's also not so simple that it just kind of runs itself either. So it's a nice kind of complexity of 3, so it's playable by most players, which is going to be fun. This is a premium box full of premium components. It's got a premium experience. If you are a fan of the premium experience, if you're a fan of Deadpool, if you're a fan of Dice Throne, if you're a fan of Marvel as a whole, I think this is going to be a character you want to include in the mix because it just adds a really fun, silly twist to things. Maybe you don't use it every time, but gosh darn it, when you do blitz it out, it's funny and it's fun and it works. I like it a lot.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see that ranking video that will be coming out soon. And until then, you can find us in all of these places.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
You guys, thanks so much for watching. This game was provided to us by a publisher in exchange for a fair and honest review.
And if you want to see more stuff, check out over here to see something we think you might like.
And over here, we think that YouTube has picked out a great video for you you're going to love. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.